too slippery. Day and night, you are the one. Only you beneath the moon and under the sun.
Doug Starks needs no introduction. In fact, I only wrote Doug Starks at the top of my paper, so I don't even have an introduction for Doug. But we just saw your spot of you doing your Rat Pack tribute over there at the Coach House, or a recent show. Tell me about, welcome to the program, first of all.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Make me feel relaxed because I never know how to sit when I'm
right
here.
into this. You have been doing the Rat Pack stuff for a while. That's one of the first. I think I first met you. You did the Rat. You were doing the Rat. You were doing the Rat Pack stuff, right?
Yeah, I love that show. Yeah, it's a show that I used to perform in Las Vegas doing a Rat Pack show, and I knew Sammy Davis Jr. And it's just something I love doing. People seem to love me doing it, and yeah, it's exciting. This particular show is the only show that exists where we've actually have been permitted to use rare photographs and actual video footage from the States.
That's so great.
To portray and just convey the story and the relationships that these people had.
Do you feel like, having met him and obviously admiring him, do you feel like an extra onus on you to make sure you're really doing it right and really kind of honoring his memory?
I do. And I don't feel an onus, I feel a privilege to do it.
Yeah.
I'm actually developing another show about just Sammy Davis Jr.
Okay.
And I don't know if you remember the TV show The Love Boat, but there was a gentleman who played Isaac. His name is Ted Lang, and we've been, discussing
double guns,
right? So we're moving this forward, progressing it into a show with music and the story of Sammy Davis. Some of it told, some of it untold. So.
And he had such we go into it right now, but he had such an interesting life. His life is just such a journey that people just think him as a Rat Packer, a singer, and that kind of thing, but he was so much more than that. It's very interesting.
A lot more than that. One of the things that particularly caught me is there were so many obstacles and contrary opinions about him from every direction.
Yeah.
But his passion about his purpose is what carried him through.
Yeah.
And that's admirable.
His work in the civil rights movement and the things that, just so much about him that it's kind of untold. So I look forward to hearing more about that one. Okay, here's something you do that I would be terrified of. You also do comedy and stand-up comedy stuff. And you can't just break into song if things aren't going well. I guess you could, but...
When you said something I do that you'd be terrified of, I thought you meant doing my own pedicure. But you
I manage that okay. I can still reach my toes.
Yeah, I do stand-up comedy. I love doing stand-up comedy. And I developed doing stand-up comedy because I was young and small and couldn't fight. So it was easier to do a joke.
Deflect and that kind of thing. Yeah. So you guys are going to be doing a show. You do it every Tuesday, and it's over at the Hills Hotel.
Yeah, the Hills Hotel in Laguna Hills, and it's a $20
That's just off La Paz, right? Just
La Paz
yes,
and the
okay.
freeway.
I've seen that off the freeway, right?
$20 admission and free hors d'oeuvres, and you get a professional comedy show. And every week the show changes. It's great.
Yeah, they got some folks here. Mark Christopher Lawrence. Yeah, that was July 9th. It just happened.
Yeah, that happened last night. Mark just finished doing a special, the Dry Bar comedy special, and it was hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they have Aja Sanders on July 16th. That's coming up. She's going to be doing that one. And then you on July 23rd.
I'll be there.
Make sure you. And then Jackson Purdue on July 30th. So you guys have and you help put these together for everybody?
I do. Okay. I booked this show. I'm producing this show. Most of the comics that are coming are friends of mine. We have more that are becoming, but these are comics that you've seen or haven't seen, but that play regularly at the Comedy Store, the Improv, the Laugh Factory, and television, movies,
sounds
cable.
like fun.
Yeah.
So you're working, like you said, you're working on this new show. Tell me more about the Sammy show that you're working on, and how is it going to be different than the Rat Pack tribute exactly?
It's going to be
like
about Sammy Davis Jr. It's going to be told
from
a perspective of Sammy Davis Jr.
Are you going to be performing, or is it kind of a one-man show play kind of a thing?
Kind of a one-man show play kind of a thing.
Okay, wow, that sounds really like It sounds like it could be pretty wild. Do you want to like open it and then kind of take it around the country? Is it a goal to like get to Broadway someday?
That is the goal.
Okay.
That is the goal.
Yeah. That would be kind of interesting.
You know what? The hairs on my feet kind of tingle when I say that. It's like, ugh.
Well, it sounds like you need another pedicure.
right, really.
So you have a Rat Pack show coming up the 25th. Tell us about that one.
On the 25th of July. Yeah, it's going to be at the Coach House Concert Hall, and I have such a great cast. The cast and the musicians that surround me really make the show. Their energy, everybody brings their own blend of energy. I wrote this show and then I let people go and just do what you're passionate about, and it really comes through. We're very interactive with the crowd. There's a lot of shows they contain themselves at a stage. We don't.
Okay.
We play the room.
Go walk out there.
So there's not a safe seat in the house. You think, we'll sit in the back. They won't mess with this. Wrong. We're coming at you. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it serves a demographic that sometimes is forgotten now. You know what I'm saying? If you're like 50 plus, there's not a lot of places you can go.
Right. Yeah.
And really celebrate that glamorous era and connect it with some memories and experiences that you've had.
Not a lot of big tours going on for that crowd either, right? It's obviously a younger crowd, but that are getting the big shows and the big concert halls.
Yeah. So we're bringing it. Will you be there?
Pointing off into the ether. I want to also ask you about the Bus Boys. Now, the Bus Boys were big and famous in the late 80s, I believe, and they were featured in the film 48 Hours with Eddie Murphy. And that's why I remember them, right? And that was their big breakout hit.
Yeah.
And they're still performing. They're still around.
They're still performing. They're still around, still going strong, and they're going to the Coach House on August the 10th. It's going to be a great show. They're always like real energetic, and then that's another show that goes beyond the stage and it's kind of like in your space, bringing it to you. Yeah.
And the Coach House Live, you're going to be performing there. You have in the past, and the Bus Boys are going to be there. Tell us a little bit, for folks who haven't been to the Coach House, it's a landmark venue in Southern California. I've been there numerous times for numerous shows, but for folks who haven't been there, tell us a little bit about what it's like to perform there, and the stage, and there's food and all sorts of good stuff.
From a performer's point of view, it's great because it's intimate. There's no seat more than 40 feet from the stage. So you never have to watch a show on a big screen. You get to be right there, and you get to feel people's energy. From an audience member's point of view, that same perspective is reversed, but they also have great food, and the staff at the Coach House they welcome you like you're a friend there. A lot of people come to the Coach House regularly because of the vibe of the Coach House. It's been owned by one person since its inception, which is like 46 years ago.
Oh, wow.
So it's done from a personal touch. He's very hands-on, Gary Fogner, very hands-on, very on every minute detail, from the chairs to where people are sitting to, So it's very well attended in thought, and it's very well attended by the community. And if you haven't been there, which one? That one? You need to be there as soon as you can get there.
Well, get out there and see the shows. We got the comedy shows coming up that are with the
every
Hills.
Tuesday. You should be there next Tuesday.
I should go. I want to go see Doug Starks. What's that Doug Starks guy playing? On the 23rd.
I'll be there on the 23rd of June, or July. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Doug, for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Coming and talking about us, and I'm looking forward to hearing more about the Sammy Davis tribute show.
I will keep you informed. I'll be back.
I know you.
I will come back.
We'll see about it.
All right.